This past week, Councillors Bob Johnson, Sherrilyn Hill Pierce, Carl Hill, and myself, along with some staff, attended the Special Assembly of First Nations that was held in Gatineau, Quebec. There were special dialogue sessions held on Monday on a variety of subjects, including the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, health, education, justice, housing, and climate change. I also attended a meeting with a special advisor to the Minister of Sport, along with Kathy Smith, to continue discussions on getting our women's lacrosse team into the United Kingdom using Haudenosaunee passports. This advisor has been and will continue to work on this issue, and hopefully we can see some progress in the near future. During the Assembly, we heard an update from the Director of Communications of the National Inquiry on Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls. We did learn that they are still setting up their office, and the actual hearings will not begin until September 2017. During the afternoon of the first day, the Assembly honoured Gord Downey from the Tragically Hip for all the work he is doing on residential schools. It was quite emotional and was followed up by a speech by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Prime Minister Trudeau spoke about some of the commitments that they have achieved since he got elected last year, such as the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women Inquiry and the endorsement of the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. He committed to keep working with Indigenous people on a number of issues, including the calls to action in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission report and the review of federal legislation. One announcement he did make was that the federal government will be enacting an Indigenous Languages Act. The Minister of Canadian Heritage also spoke at the Assembly about the languages and the proposed Languages Act. There was also a parliamentary reception where we had the chance to speak to more ministers and members of Parliament, including Minister Ralph Goodale, the Minister of Public Safety. We spoke to him about getting a meeting with him to discuss border crossing. Some of the other issues discussed during the Assembly were in relation to new fiscal relations, urban issues, child welfare, the AFN Charter, specific claims, policing, energy, climate change, health, education, economic development, justice, and housing. There were a number of resolutions passed with respect to all of these issues, outlining further work to be done in each area. We also held a meeting with the Deputy Minister of Indian Affairs regarding our MRP law and our land transfers, and our delegation also had the opportunity to meet with the Minister of Indigenous Affairs, the Honourable Carolyn Bennett, to discuss education, land rights, and to set a path for a new relationship between her and the 57th elected council as it begins its term. We will continue to meet with her and her staff as we move forward.